Hi, Mary. How are you? Hello, Shivani.
Hello.
Hi, Maureen. So I'm just waiting for Shanti Pan to come so that I can.
She cannot be here today. I'm
Mm.
I'm asking if Yang can help with recording. 杨，你在吗？你可以帮忙录制不？因为今天香体不在。噔噔噔，
There she is. Yeah.
嗯，杨，今天你帮我录制哈。
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I gave you the permission, Yang. Hello, Maureen.
嗯，
So
就等我们开始的时候再就录就好了。老师说他把那个权限给你了。OK。
I'm allowing you to start. Yep. There you are. Hello, everybody. Today I am talking about Vargas, part 3, and we are talking Navamsha, Dashamsha, and Shastiamsha. And we are on lesson 34, so just 2 more classes left. I can't believe it. I shall miss you all. And that's me. And so 2 more Mondays, and we have completed. And so let us start with the chanting. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahaka. Surya-koti Samaprabha. Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva. Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahman Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Budhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shanirahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavo. Om Tati Shankatushārabham Shirodharanavasambhavam Namami Shashinam Somam Shambho Makatabhushanam. So today our mantra is Ketu mantra. We are ending our mantras to this for this course. Om Palasha Pushpa Sankasham Taraka Grahamastakam Rodram Rodratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. So I have a book on the Vargas and available at all book retailers. So you can have a physical copy or a downloadable copy. Also on my website, you can find a link to Amazon. And so this week we are doing Navamsha D9, Dashamsha D10, and Shastiamsha D60. Now, please download the recordings as actually it should be and save, not as save. So please and save as they will be deleted after 31st December 2023. So, I have everything on this little SSD drive. I have 1 TB on one drive. So the recordings are quite heavy and it's good idea to have them in one location. It's just like having a book about your astrology. You have the drive where you have all the recordings and, at any time you need, then you can reference back and work with them as well. So today we are doing Navamsha. Navamsha is the most important divisional chart as is intrinsic to the system of Jyotish. The Rashi chart is never analyzed without Navamsha, while other Varga charts are used to highlight specific areas of the chart. Navamsha is used to determine every aspect. So when you're looking at your chart, you got to know what is in the Navamsha. And this is something that you can do and look at. All of you study your Navamsha chart. Navamsha and Rashi chart cannot be separated like flower and perfume, body and soul, physical, mental. They are all kind of together. Rashi chart is the quality. How this quality expresses itself will be from Navamsha. Navamsha also shows the power of all the planets. It will take you some time before you can be comfortable in analyzing the Navamsha, but this is a starting point and it is important that you all look at your Navamsha chart. So these are the degrees, how the charts are constructed, they are important. So we have here 0 to 320 is the first Navamsha, 320 to 640 second, 340 to 10 is the third Navamsha. Once you remember these 3 degrees, then all that is happening is 0, 10 is added, 10 to 1320, 1320 to 1640, 1640 to 20. And you add a 2, 20 to 2320, 2320 to 2640, 2640 to 30. And the chart construction begins with Aries, and then you go Aries to Sagittarius in Aries, the 9 Navamshas. And then Taurus, you start with Capricorn and it continues till Virgo and so on. So the rulerships begin with the ruler of the cardinal sign in the same element. If the sign is being subdivided, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, these are fire signs. The rulership of the Navamsha always begins with Aries. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, these are earth signs, so the rulership begins with Capricorn. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is air signs, so rulership begins with Libra. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water signs, rulership begins with Cancer. And here is a chart that I made, and I would suggest that all of you should make it either by hand or on computer or by Excel if you are good at that. But here what you are seeing is that the one Rashi is divided into these 9 sections, and each section has an underlying rulership. So if you have a planet in the Rashi chart at 0 to 320 Aries, then it will go into Aries Navamsha. That is going to be a Vargotama position. I highlighted these Aries, and then, depending on where it is, Taurus right up to Sagittarius. In Taurus, because they just go like in sequence. Because Aries finishes in Sagittarius, Taurus begins with Capricorn. And then you have Capricorn, Aquarius, all the way to Virgo. 13 degrees 20 to 1640 is, these degrees are in the Rashi chart. That is a Vargotama position, again Taurus. So I cannot remember how many times I have made this chart. And over the years, it has helped me to understand the chart because you're constructing it yourself. So I would say this is very important for you. It is the foundation of the Rashi chart. It deals with all aspects: dharma, artha, kama, moksha, ethics, spirituality, career, relationship, self-realization. The thing is this, that each factor is analyzed separately. If you are looking at dharma, you'd look at separately. If you are looking at relationships, karma, you'd separately. If you want to study about children, you'd look at that separately. But for children, we have another chart, which is the Saptamsha chart we studied last week. So what are we looking at in the Navamsha? We are looking at dignity of planets, planets in their own sign, exalted or debilitated, what houses they are placed in. Usually Dushtana are difficult. Conjunctions, malefic conjunctions are troublesome. Degree of the Rashi ascendant can be close to changeover point of the Navamsha. This can confirm a birth time. Now, one of the things I like to look at in the Navamsha is how somebody's moon and Mercury are doing, because this is the inner story of how your mind works. If moon and Mercury are in difficult conjunctions, then or a difficult house placement, it means that you need to do some remedy and work with that. That is what is important. Planets placed in the same sign in the Rashi and Navamsha chart are called Vargotama. This gives added strength to the planets. Varga means division, Uttama is supreme. When Rashi and Navamsha signs of a planet is the same, they are considered Vargotama. It shows an integrated quality of the planet where the mind, body, spirit are in perfect harmony. I taught you Vargotama as part of the Nakshatra class as well. So you can go back and study there as well. It is a great position for planets and Lagna to be in if they are Vargotama, even if planet becomes debilitated Vargotama. It is linked to modalities, cardinal, fixed, mutable. Planets are Vargotama in the first Navamsha of cardinal signs, fifth Navamsha of fixed signs, ninth Navamsha of mutable signs. Vargotama Navamsha makes a planet dharmic, pure, regardless of what the natural energy would be. So if we just go back here, you can see these planets in red. These are all Vargotama. So you can see 0 to 3 degrees in the Rashi chart. Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn will be Vargotama. 13 degrees 20 to 1640 in the fixed signs. Again, the degrees are studied in the Rashi chart. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius will be Vargotama. And finally, the last 2640 to 30 degrees, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces will be Vargotama. Very useful to know if anything is Vargotama in your chart. So here we have the table: Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, 0 to 320. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, 1320 to 1640, and Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, 2640 to 30. So today we are studying the chart of Julia Roberts, and you see, you should be able to decide from the Rashi chart that does she have any planets in Vargotama. She doesn't have anything in the middle of fixed sign, end of mutable signs, and beginning of cardinal signs. These degrees you have to look from the Rashi. Now this is her Navamsha, and some of the things what you can see here is exalted Rahu in the 10th house. So that is good for professional life for her. She has debilitated Mars. Saturn is with Ketu, and Venus is also with Ketu. So this is a complicated energy for her. Moon, Mercury together sometimes indicates somebody's thinking too much. So her dashas, what we can see right now, she is in Rahu dasha and Rahu Saturn just now. So Rahu itself is in the 10th house, but Saturn is with Ketu and with Venus. So this sub period she is going through may not be the easiest. You can look up her bio if there is something indicated here. So I wrote here, Julia Roberts has no Vargotama. D1, her 7th ruler Saturn is in enemy sign of Scorpio with Ketu in D9. So you see here that the Rashi 7th house ruler, if we look at her relationship, in the Navamsha has gone into Scorpio with Ketu. So you could think maybe she has had some difficult issues regarding relationships. And that is true. Karaka of relationship Venus is also with Ketu. This indicated her earlier unsettled relationships and broken engagements and marriage. So she had a number of engagements that got broken. Then she got married, and that marriage lasted for 1 year. But after that, now she settled in a marriage for many years. Rahu in the 10th in the Rashi and Navamsha, she is in Rahu Dasha. This can give her prominence in her career. So she continues working. She has done quite a few films and television as well. So let us look at a couple of charts here. So this is Atma Jyoti's chart. Sorry, this should be South Indian. So one of the first things that you look at is the degree in the Lagna, 29 degrees, 6 minutes. This is not a changeover unless it's 30 degrees means goes into the other sign. I don't know who is M. I think we have to start with M. Sorry. Uh, okay, Monday we will look at your chart. Yeah. Last time we finished with Monday, so I will look at your chart. I wasn't planning to look at D3 now. I'm going to start your chart with D9. And so here what we see is that firstly, the ascendant is 19 degrees 27. If you remember the Navamsha degrees, they change 20 degrees. So you can work with it to see whether the ascendant needs changing. I don't change unless it's important, because if you change in one varga, it may change in number of other vargas as well. But here what we see, Monday, for you is that sun is with Ketu, moon is with Rahu. So this is, sun Ketu can show kind of alternative view to life, but it can also bring some type of rejection for you. And moon is with Rahu, moon Rahu combination, especially it's a hidden combination, can make you feel anxious or worried about things. So that is important to see. So and the ruler, Jupiter, is the ruler here. And Jupiter is in Capricorn with Venus. These are the two gurus. So two gurus are there. The strengths, you can see Mars is exalted and Saturn is exalted. So these are two powerful planets, strong in the chart, but Saturn is in the 8th house. Now, what is important with all these things is to see the dashas you're in. And right now you have started Mars Dasha, and Mars's own sign, so that is very strong. So this is a good Dasha to have. You were in Moon Dasha for many years, and Moon would have, you see what happens is that in the Dashas, especially what is in the Navamsha, sorry, what did I do here? It gets highlighted. So you see that in the Navamsha, moon was with Rahu. Now you're in Mars. So this is a very good energy for you because Mars is strong. And one sec, let me show you here. So here what you can see is that Mars is Sagittarius, 2 degrees 9 minutes. So that's the first pada of Sagittarius, which is Aries, fire sign. First Navamsha is Aries, and you can see that here. So, and especially in the Navamsha, you see that some of those issues are indicated in relationships as well. So, this is Mary's chart. We have a Leo ascendant and Scorpio ascendant here. Now, Mary, your ascendant also is 26 degrees 24 minutes. Now, the Navamsha changes at 26:40, and your time of birth is also 23:15. So I would say 2 minutes time difference. Let's just look at this. Yeah, just 1 minute time. You see, 1 minute time difference. So if I go 23:16, it changes your ascendant in the Navamsha. I'm not doing the change just now. I just want you to be aware how sometimes your time of birth, and you have to see what dashas you're going through, how you're experiencing them. But here we see Mars, Scorpio rising, Mars very well placed, 10th house in the, so this can give a good career as well, but also ability to get whatever you want to do. Mars can help you to deal with it. Venus, Moon, Sun in the 8th house, Saturn, Ketu conjunction. Anything that is a conjunction will show up in your, everything shows up in your um, dashas. And here we see right now you're in Sun, Saturn dasha. And that is quite interesting because Saturn started in April 2023, and you see Saturn is with Ketu in the 9th house. And if I remember correctly, during this time also you did the walk, that very big journey, spiritual journey. And Saturn being in the ninth house in the Navamsha, it activated that. And Sun um, in the eighth house, I'll just go to the bigger chart here, it's more easily visible. The Sun in your Rashi chart is in the ninth house, which is a house of spirituality. But in the um, Navamsha chart, it's gone into the eighth house. Eighth house is also transformation and analysis. But if your time, if you go a little bit, you have a Sagittarius ascendant, then Sun will be in the seventh house. So there's these timings matter, what your time of birth is. That is very important to look at it. And Maureen goes, firstly, we always look at 11 degrees 29. I'm not going to make a change there because it's 10 degrees or 1320. So there's quite a lot of leeway here. But here we see in Aries and ascendant ruler Mars is with Ketu. So anyway, where you see Ketu is always a karmic planet. It's a spiritual planet. It also gives interest in astrology, yoga, other past life things. But also in the D9, because it represents the relationships or marriage, Ketu can also bring unsettled relationship life. So why? Because the ascendant becomes very strong in for relationships. Also, Karaka Venus is with Rahu and it's in the eighth house. So you see, you have Venus, Rahu together in the Rashi and in the Navamsha. So those aspects remain there. And as far as Dasha is concerned, you are in Ketu Dasha. So that Ketu astrology, spirituality, these are very important during Ketu phase. And so sometimes an energy leads you to the dasha energy leads you to a different direction as well. So, and then you will start Venus dasha. Venus in the eighth house, that's also moksha house. So it deals with transformation and change. So Myra here, we see now for Myra, 9 degrees 9 minutes is Cancer, 10 degrees will be change. But here we see that for Myra, the exalted Mercury in the Lagna, in the Navamsha, which is excellent. If the change takes place, it puts Libra in the ascendant, Venus is in its own sign. So a lot of strength for you, Myra, in the Navamsha chart. Sun is in its own sign, Mercury exalted, Venus in own sign, Jupiter, Moon together. You see, we are looking at that base, like your foundation is very strong here. And you have to see then what this Navamsha is telling you as far as the Dasha is concerned. You are in Jupiter Dasha just now. So Jupiter's in the 10th house in the Navamsha, definitely about career and your Jupiter moon. So both these planets are in the 10th house in the career chart. So you can see that aspect. So it can give you a good career, good energy. We are going to study the career chart in a minute. So we'll come to that in 1 minute. One more chart here. And so Monica, Cancer Lagna, Scorpio here, ascendant is 15 degrees 35. So the changeover is either 1320 or 1640. So there's no need to think about the ascendant here. Now, here we have in the Navamsha, Saturn is rising. And you see Moon, Venus, Mars, three planets in the seventh house. So a lot of activity in the seventh house. You have Mars in the seventh in the Rashi, it goes here. Venus is in its own sign. So that is a strong position for Venus. Moon, exalted moon. So a lot of energy in the seventh house. This can bring number of relationships as well because a lot of energy there. Ketu in the 10th house on its own, that can give an alternative career as well. Always when Saturn is in the ascendant, one is very organized and, doing things, organizing, taking responsibility. We can see Jupiter own sign, Venus own sign. These are positive aspects of the Navamsha chart. And you see, why do we look at the Dasha? Because we want to see what is the energy that you're dealing with just now. And Monica is Mercury, Venus at present. And Mercury is in the ninth house. So ninth house is the house of knowledge, study. Lord of Mercury, Moon is exalted in the Navamsha. Mercury is in the fifth house in the Rashi chart. Um, so you see that it's giving you some additional information. That is what is the most important thing to understand. So any comments, questions, anything you'd like to ask?
Hi, Camilla. I have
Yes,
I
Satya.
have two questions. So you were talking about the dashas. I'm wondering if you're trying to look for transits within the divisional charts. So, for example, with the Drakana, so Jupiter's right now in 17 degrees Aries. So then in the Drakana, it would be in Leo, right? So if I'm looking at my Drakana, would I look at Jupiter transiting through Leo, and then once it's past 20 degrees, it will be transiting through Sagittarius?
No, that's not how you'd look at it. It's an advanced concept. If Jupiter's in Aries, you'd look at Aries in Drakana or in Navamsha. In any Varga, you'd just look at Jupiter's in Aries just now. What is Aries in that particular Varga?
Okay. And my second question is, so I've noticed that in the divisional charts you're showing, there are no degrees. So do we not look at degrees in divisional chart?
No.
Okay, so then in that case, something like a combustion, which is related to degrees, right? So you wouldn't necessarily look at how
The combustion you'd look at only in the Rashi chart.
Okay.
But say if a planet, say Sun, here we don't have a combustion. Sun, Venus are together. They are not combust. So if they were together in the Navamsha, we would not call that a combustion.
Okay.
You see, one of the biggest problems nowadays we have is because of the software, you can put degree in anything. So you can just click and put the degrees. But that is not the tradition. There were never degrees. So like I'll just put show degrees. And there I can have degrees anywhere I want. And then people are putting sorry, what did I do here? I put in the wrong place. Then people are saying, oh, this isn't this nakshatra, this thing. That is all wrong.
Okay.
At least as far as I am concerned, that is not the tradition.
Okay.
Because software will give you degrees any chart you want, because that it's not thinking. You have to think for it.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Yeah, Maureen?
I don't understand the math for how it goes from Rashi, from D1 to D9, how the ascendant flips.
Yeah. I'll show you the math.
Please, thank you.
So firstly, you need this chart that I showed you. This is the chart, I showed that to you. And then let's look at your ascendant. Your ascendant is 11 degrees, 29 minutes of Virgo. So then you go to this chart and you see 10 to 1320, your 11 degrees will come here, and then you go all the way to Virgo. That would be Aries Pada. So then you'll put Aries in the top of the Navamsha chart.
That's very simple. Thanks.
It's always easy if you know, but the thing is that that's why these charts are given, so that then each of the other planet you pick up accordingly. So for example, now your moon is 9 degrees of Libra. So you go back to this chart and where did it go? You go to Libra here, and it'll be 6:40 to 10, and 9 degrees of Libra means it is Sagittarius. Yeah. So each one will come accordingly. So that is why I'm advising you to make this grid, then put your planets in those grids, so that then you understand where the calculation is coming from. Anybody else? Any questions? Okay. So now we are studying the Varga of Dashamsha. This is only for career. Dashamsha focuses on issue of the 10th house, career, ambition, status, life direction. We could say the karma we are doing. We want to see the position of Lagna Lord, Sun, 10th Lord, Atma Karaka. Atma Karaka we are not studying as yet. We will go into that in year 2. So, so here we see the divisions, very easy, because the Shamshas are divisions of 3 degrees each. Navamsha was 3 degrees 20, but this is straightforward. It's multiplied 3, 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12. So on, you have the 10 divisions. Now, Sage Parashar does not give such importance to the Shamsha, because in the old days, you just followed what your father was doing. You had a family business, and you worked at that. There was not so many careers as we have now, or so much choices, and women never had a career. They just had a husband, and their career was home. So now, the Shamsha is a chart that I study a lot, because people have questions about their career, what to do, what direction. So again, the construction of the Shamsha, Aries begins with Aries, Taurus with Capricorn, Gemini with Gemini. So here I have the chart again of the Dashamsha. And so you see Aries has 10 divisions, and it starts 0 to 3 degrees. If you have a planet placed, it will be in Aries Dashamsha. 3 to 6 Taurus, 6 to 9 Gemini, so on, and 27 to 30 is Capricorn. But Taurus begins with Capricorn, so that means 2 sections belong to Capricorn, 0 to 3 Taurus, and it continues right up to Libra. And then Gemini begins with Gemini. So what you see here is that 0 to 3 degrees in Aries, Gemini in odd houses is always the same sign. But in the even houses, it's the 10th sign away from it. So 9th sign from Taurus to Capricorn, Cancer to Pisces. So this is the construction of the chart. And here we see 12 to 15 degrees in the even signs is got the same sign ruling, which I highlighted here. So you see in this, what it is that when you zoom into different areas of your life, different qualities shine for the planet. Because let's say if you had moon at 0 to 3 degrees of Aries, you'd have it Aries Navamsha and Aries Dashamsha. But if you had 3 degrees 20 or past 3 degrees, it would go into Taurus Navamsha. But so you see that a little change, uh, but it remains still in Aries Navamsha, sorry, but Taurus Dashamsha. So we want to look at all this aspect. And again, Julia Roberts is our sample here. So you see her ascendant degrees, 4 degrees, 26, Leo, sorry, Cancer. So we go here, we see 4 degrees is coming in Aries Pada here, Aries aspect. So because Cancer starts with Pisces and Aries is and there you can see in her Navamsha, Aries. But many planets are falling in Aries. She has Venus, Mercury, and her ascendant ruler Mars is in the 12th house here. For the Dashamsha. That means that she maybe had a tough start to her career when she started. It is with Saturn. Sometimes when the ascendant ruler goes to the 12th house, it also shows that you're giving all to your job. It becomes very important. In the Dashamsha chart, we are not looking for anything else. We are not looking for love, relationships. Those things are not indicated here. Julia Roberts has Mercury. It's a Digbala position. Sun in the 10th house. Lot of Kendra positions. That means very dynamic personality. Then Moon is in Leo and Moon's ruler Sun is in the 10th house. So there's quite a lot of strength here for her. And she actually got her Moon Dasha was a very important time for her. Sun Dasha as well. That's when she came into prominence with, I think she came into prominence in Venus Dasha. Because in Pretty Woman. And then it was followed by Sun. Sun is in the 10th house. Then by Moon. Moon 5th house, but Lord is in the 10th house. And then Mars, she still got the Oscar, but maybe that was a time when she was not that prominent. And then now she's in Rahu, and Rahu is exalted here in the Dashamsha, but Navamsha, it was 10th house. So Rahu has been quite okay for her. So when we look at it, Sun in the 10th, Moon in Leo, in Rashi and Dashamsha. Moon is her D1 Lagna Lord, placed in the 5th house of creativity in D10. 5th house is also connected to acting. Rahu present Dasha Lord is exalted. So you see, you're seeing those aspects in the Dasha as well. And so let us so this is Muthu's chart here. And what we see here is that although it's a Taurus ascendant, 21 degrees, in the D10, it's a Leo. So that degree from which we have gained from here You see in Taurus, you can see Leo is 21 to 24 degrees. Now, Dashamsha is very interesting. In case of Muthu, his ascendant is 2110. So 21 is the changeover for Dashamsha. So it is very possible. Let me just show you 1 minute before. You see different Dashamsha here. He gets Jupiter, Venus, Mars in the Lagna, Moon. So the whole quality changes by that 1 minute time difference. And therefore, the Vargas are very important to see. And Muthu, you'd have to look at your own life experience, what dashas have given what. Now, here Mercury usually in the Lagna, Mercury is Digbala in the Lagna, and Saturn is in its own sign, Mahapurusha Yoga. Usually Saturn gives the results later. It doesn't give at a younger time because he makes you work for it. And your present dasha is moon dasha just now. So your moon is in the third house here. If you take Cancer Lagna, it would go into the fourth house. So this is the third house is short travel, communication, connecting with people. That is the moon dasha impact is there. So you have to look at each of the Vargas to look. You'll have to look at different times in your chart to see what is happening. And you see, if you take this Leo Lagna, the 3 planets in the 12th house, that means during these dashas, you can be either lack of work or there can be a lot of effort and less result because that is the 12th house in any chart. You make the effort and you get less result from it. And so this is Sabrina, again, 20 degrees, 13 minutes. This would be more connected to the Navamsha because Navamsha changes at 20 degrees, but we are looking at the Shamsha now, and the Shamsha would change at 21 degrees. I don't try to change the timing just because I can. But here what we see is that Scorpio is rising and the ascendant rulers in the 12th house. Another factor of the 12th house is that 12th house can give foreign connection. And here the ascendant rulers in the 12th houses can give you either traveling abroad or working abroad. Those aspects are there. And also making a lot of effort, sometimes not getting reward. But Rahu is very well placed, 10th house. Moon is in the 2nd house, Mercury in the 9th. Saturn and Sun both are debilitated. Especially if Sun is debilitated, it can bring lack of confidence. Now, this is specifically only for career. Now, in Sabrina's chart, we see a lot of planets even in the Rashi in the 12th house. So 12th house can be foreign countries, and foreign can be either something quite far away from your birthplace because you live in China. China is a huge country, or it can mean totally abroad. So this here also is a possibility that you can have a foreign indication. Now, main thing to see is what dasha you're in. You're in Mars dasha, Mars Rahu, both in the Rashi, Mars Rahu are in the 12th house. And let's look at the Dashamsha. Rahu is in the 10th house. So this is a very good time for you to think about career possibility at this stage. And then in 2029, you go into Rahu Dasha. Rahu is in the 10th house. But definitely, I feel there is a foreign connection for you, Sabrina. Sage. So here we see Sage's chart, Libra to Scorpio ascendant. Now here it's interesting for you, Sage, 5 degrees 58. That means 6 degrees would be a change of your Dashamsha Lagna. And again, I must warn you, don't just change it, but you see there's a 1 minute difference. It puts your ascendant at 6 minutes. So that is why the degrees are important to know, because I know there's a changeover at 6 for the Shamsha. So I'm seeing Sage's chart at 5:48. Is it Mercury in the Lagna? Is it Sagittarius ascendant? So that it's a big change in how you express the chart. So that is a key factor here. But you can see Mars, the lord of this chart, exalted in the 3rd house of self-effort, Rahu in the 10th house, Venus exalted, Saturn exalted. It's a pretty strong career chart for you, Sage, because you have so many planets exalted in these charts. And so your ruler from the Rashi is exalted. Then 10th lord is in the 5th house, creative ideas, things. So I would say that you are very much able to do whatever you want to do. But we have to see what is the dasha, because dasha is what is expressing itself right now. So you are in Venus dasha, and Venus is exalted in the Dashamsha, 5th house of creativity, creative ideas. So so that is good. Now, if the time changes, if you take Sagittarius, then Venus will go into the 4th house. 4th house is also Mahapurusha Yoga. You see, in astrology, we have to consider so many different things, so many things, and the mind is all the time adding and minusing and subtracting, because you get more new information that is happening. And Sattara here, we can see now first the ascendant 15 degrees. So 15 is a changeover. And we saw this also for Hora chart. So now this is the problem of changing your ascendant from 15 especially, because Hora 15 is the changeover for Hora, and it is the changeover for the Dashamsha chart. Hora is less easier to quantify, but the Shamsha career is possible. So you either have a Taurus ascendant here, and if I go 1 minute, you get Aries with exalted Mars in the 10th house. So I'm just giving you these options. The decisions are yours. You have to research. Also, planets in Dushtana, what planet goes into Dushtana, what is the Lord, all these things change when you're looking at the change of timing of the birth chart. And then also in the Hora, it would give a different ascendant, either sun ascendant or moon ascendant. And then if we look at the Dasha, you are in Rahu Dasha just now. So you started in 2022. And so Rahu, as far as the professional life is concerned, now here makes a lot of difference. Rahu is in the 8th house. 8th house will usually show change of career as soon as you started. But it can also give a career in research in foreign countries with foreign people. And of course, if you have Aries ascendant, if you take your time, then Rahu goes into the 9th house, and 9th house is connected to advising and studying and mentorship. All those aspects are there. So the difference is a lot in the timing with the Varga charts. Other planets will not change, just the ascendant changes. So, any questions, any comments? Okay. So we have now the Shastiamsha chart. So Shastiamsha is a past life chart. It is 60 parts of 30 minutes each. Shastiamsha shows the deep level of karma. It connects to the Ananda Maya Kosha, the sheath of bliss. Means either you have it or you don't have it, or what is blocking your bliss. Any problems in this chart shows old karma and the burden of it in this life. It is hidden and secret, and we do not understand it. These are deep down issues in our chart that we don't always understand what it is. Shashti chart itself shows past karma in total. It is the amsha of dharma we have brought into this life, all good bad actions of our previous lives that are influencing today. Not others, because there may be some that have no influence. And how do they influence today? They influence through the dashas. So what you see there, you see what dasha you are in. Deities of the Lagna and planets in Shashti Amsha studied in detail, but this will be studied later in advanced courses. So we are not studying that just now. Difficult conjunctions in Shashti Amsha will be experienced during Dasha and Antara. Strong planets, yoga, come as opportunities now. So you see, if you have, say, some kind of really complicated conjunction in Shashtiamsha chart, and then you get the dasha of it, then sometimes, issues come that are karmic in nature. That means karmic is something you can't do anything about there because of past life that they come. So here is Julia Roberts' chart, and this is her Shashtiamsha chart. And what you can see in the Shashti Amsha is that she has Saturn Ketu conjunction in the 4th house of home, and Saturn rules her marriage, 7th house in the Rashi chart. So that Saturn Ketu, you saw that it was also in the Navamsha. She's also got it in the Dashamsha chart. So that can be a issue. Otherwise, she has all the planets kind of spread out. So 7 planets in 7 signs. Quite a lot of positive aspect. You can see she's Pisces ascendant, Jupiter in the 9th house. Now, Venus in Virgo, that's not good. Moon in the 8th house is not good. But sometimes in the Shashtiamsha, it is difficult to decide what the ascendant is. So Shashtiamsha Lagna can change very quickly. And I'm just going to give you a demonstration here in Julia Roberts' chart. So you see now, if you go 1 minute for her, 2317, she gets Aries Lagna. So 1 minute makes all the difference for her. And if we go back there, so 1 minute is changing. So that's why the Shastiamsha is difficult to look at. It's better to see the conjunctions will not change. So if there's any conjunction, anything, then you can see Saturn in her fourth house. Saturn rules 10th and 11th, fourth house. And one other way you can look at the Shashtyamsha chart when you don't know the ascendant is that you can make the same ascendant as the Rashi ascendant. I've given this in my book. But you see now you can see where the planets are falling, how they are. So again, you can see Saturn Ketu in the 12th house. She's not in Saturn Dasha just now, but she is going to go into Rahu Ketu Dasha in 2027. Sorry, she's in Rahu Saturn Dasha just now. So that means that some of this aspect of the Saturn Ketu in the Rahu Dasha is coming for her. And Julia Roberts also following a guru in India. I don't know the name of her guru, but she has been very spiritual herself as well. So that can in some ways relieve her of this energy. And this is aspect that you can look at in the chart. So let us just look at a few charts, the last few charts here. So this is Satya's chart, and we have a Gemini rising here, Rahu Ketu for 7th house. There's no conjunction here. Conjunction of Jupiter Venus, that is only a nice conjunction to have. Now, as far as the timing is concerned, is Rahu rising or not? I'm going backwards. It's taking 3 minutes to get a Taurus ascendant. If we go a little bit later, 2 minutes, I think, Satya, your time I've got as, no, 1 minute, 3:36, 1 minute gives you Cancer ascendant with Sun and Moon in Parivartana Yoga, exalted Saturn, Mahapurusha Yoga, Jupiter, Venus in the 10th house. So you see, these aspects really important to study them. And the best way to look at it also is you put the ascendant, your own ascendant, whatever that is. Sorry. I've given these techniques in my books, but you can see how from your ascendant all this is there. But it's worth trying out and seeing what your Shashtyamsha ascendant is and to work it out. But as I said, it takes a lot of time to get it absolutely correct. So we can't just look at it. So right now you are in, Satya, you're in Moon Dasha. So Moon in D60 chart is in Leo, so that's a good, you have Leo in the Rashi, Leo in the Shashtyamsha, so that is a good position for the moon. And moon Venus, Venus is in Aries with Jupiter, so it could be that you're double blessing of the gurus coming for you from past life. Sometimes it's also showing that a person is studying two subjects, two different subjects. The thing about Jyotish is that it gives you too much information sometimes, so you have to see what is it that the information is there. And so we have Serene here, and again Serene is Gemini ascendant, and ascendant ruler Mercury is in the 9th house. Now here we can see two aspects here. Ketu Sun conjunction, so that can bring some issues regarding father, because Sun is father to this life, and Saturn, Venus, and Moon. And Saturn, Venus is connected to relationship. Venus is debilitated in this, and Saturn, Venus, and Moon together. So you have to look at the dasha you're in, Serene, you're in Saturn Rahu just now. So you see, during the Saturn Dasha, you would have gone through Saturn Venus, Saturn. So you have to look back at that time, whether you experienced Saturn Venus, Saturn Moon, whether you experienced something. By karmic, it means something unusual that you are not, you wonder why it happened, or some issue came up during that time. So that's really, because houses, as I said, sometimes difficult to judge because of the slight change of time can change the Dashamsha house. So I can see Shanti is there as well. And here we see Shanti, Jupiter is in the Lagna, that is good. But we can see Mars Rahu conjunction, Moon Mercury. Mercury is in its own sign, Moon is with it. Sometimes overthinking, Moon Mercury can cause that problem. And Jupiter in the Lagna, always very good. But the Saturn Rahu, that can make you feel like some heaviness, some fear, anxiety from previous lifetimes. So that is something that you have to think whether you feel it or not. Let's see what dasha you're in. You're in Rahu Saturn. So you see, one of the things we see is that what remedy to do. So next week we are talking remedies, but Saturn Rahu as a conjunction, that means this is some past karmic time. So it's a great time to resolve those aspects. So that is what you would consider. So this is snow, Aries to Capricorn, and Mars Saturn together in the 10th house. Moon Rahu. So Mars Saturn can bring issues with siblings, but Saturn is exalted, Mars is 10th house. They both like being, but 10th house is difficult to judge because it is the houses can change in Shastiamsha due to little change of timing. And here we see Moon Jupiter, that is good conjunction, Saturn, Sun Rahu, Mars Saturn. So when these conjunctions are there, we know that in those dashas, there are some old karmic situation that can come to life. So right now, you are in Jupiter dasha snow, and Jupiter Moon is going to come, but generally Jupiter is good planet. And of course, for this reason, one sec, I'm also going to see that there, you see 1 minute less for you, 2002, you get Jupiter in the Lagna. So this is very different because this now creates a Hamsa Mahapurusha Yoga, Gaja Kesari Yoga for you during Jupiter Dasha, and Mercury is in a yoga as well. That means that if Jupiter Dasha can bring many opportunities for you, if we take your time 1 minute less. These are some things you have to decide yourself. I'm not making the change unless you request me to change it. I'm not making the change here. And I saw Yang was here. And so here we see Yang as Gemini Lagna, 4 planets in Pisces. Pisces, Jupiter, Mars, Jupiter's in its own sign, Saturn, Mercury. So that means that's a major combination in the chart. And, Saturn always is restricting. All the other planets are fine. Uh, so if we look at the dasha for you, you are in Jupiter Dasha just now. So in the D60, Jupiter is very strong. That means that it's bringing blessings from past life just now, because Jupiter's in its own sign, but you could see Jupiter, Saturn Dasha, Jupiter, Mars are friends, it's okay. Mercury is debilitated. So debilitated planet can sometimes bring, don't bring the respect. So it can lack of recognition. So, but this is deep down internally, so that means it's not something that you're consciously aware of, that you have these combinations. And so, working with that, understanding the Shastiamsha chart, it helps. Normally in the dasha, when I'm analyzing the dasha, I like to see that what are the issues there in the dasha that I have uh, missed out, and I would look at that. I just look at what dasha you're in and what is happening in the Shastiamsha. Now here in Yunan's chart, Mercury is debilitated, but it's in Digbala. So that is very good. Debilitated Mercury also makes you very idealistic and spiritual and not very practical. So that is one aspect. Then it's a ruler. Jupiter's in the 9th house of study, education, learning, and Moon is in the 10th house. Mostly no planet in Dushtana house, so that is a good aspect. And in the dasha you're in right now, you are in Sun dasha. So Sun is well placed in the Rashi 10th house, so definitely about career. And you see, Shashtiamsha is not going to give you a career or this thing. Is sort of some opportunity from past life. Here we see Sun is with Venus, 5th house of creativity, creative ideas. And Sun Venus Dasha can be very positive for you in a creative way. And these are things that you've worked on them in a previous lifetime, and you've brought to them to this lifetime. So I'm just going to finish the class, then I will talk to you. So basically in Julia Roberts' chart, the conjunctions of planets with Dushtana bring issues to this life. And she has a Saturn-Ketu conjunction. At present, she's in Rahu-Saturn, so that Ketu is impacting. And then she has Mars in the 6th house, Moon in the 8th house. This could change if the ascendant changes. So that's the problem with the houses in the Shashtiamsha. So next week, we are going to focus on remedies, upaye remedies. And you have an assignment, 200 words on what you find in your Navamsha. Please keep to 200 words, and deadline is Friday. And all assignments are going to Keiko at info@keikoshanti.com. So now I'm open for any questions you have. Okay. So I will see you all next week for lesson 35. Bye.